Hey, David here with DIY Mountain Bike. Today we're going to talk about 7 ways to make your e-bike more comfortable. This has been playing around in my mind for a while. I've been working at a bike shop part-time for about a year. Lots of folks coming in buying e-bikes. Lots of folks coming in saying, hey, can I make it more comfortable? What I'm finding is that the e-bikes, particularly with the 27.5-inch wheels, they tend to be a little bit big for most riders, particularly women. It's nice that they get the suspension built into the front, but that suspension, along with that tire, raises up that headset, handlebars, everything into the stretched out position for a smaller person. When I say smaller, I'm saying someone, 5'6" and below. 5'6" isn't that small, but these bikes are tending to be a little bit big for folks in that size, even if the bike is a size small. So where do I concentrate? Before I jump into playing with the seat, I like to get the handlebars, the grips, in the right position. A lot of times that means a shorter stem. So many of these e-bikes come with an adjustable stem, which is fantastic to try to fit a range of people. But once you're able to hone in on a smaller stature person, most likely you're going to want to go with a shorter stem like this Wake stem, which is about 45 millimeters long. And then maybe go to a mustache style handlebar. Get just a slight rise and then a nice sweep back to bring those handlebars back into the position that you're going to like it. This is exactly what I did on my wife's bike, and it worked out perfectly. Let's get into the other factors that I think are important on an e-bike for comfort. Electric cruisers are a game changer for those of us getting back into biking or looking to ride longer and enjoy the journey. I'm almost 60 myself, and I love riding anything with 2 wheels. Let's dive into some simple upgrades and adjustments that can make all the difference. We're going to focus on what I call touch points, the parts of the bike that keep you comfortable and in control. This includes the grips, handlebars, the stem, saddle, seat post, pedals, and suspension. Together, these touch points can make an okay ride into a smooth, comfortable one. Starting with the grips. This is a quick upgrade that can make a big difference. Ergonomic grips help spread the pressure across your palm, reducing strain, and padded gloves can add an extra cushion against road vibrations. Personally, I like grips with locking rings and an ergo pad. They're simple to install and hold up better. My go-to favorite for years now have been the Ergonomic GP1 grip, which is comfortable and high quality. If one of our bikes don't come with an ergo grip, I'll buy a set of Ergonomic GP1s. I also recommend the cycling deal grips with a horn or a wing to provide a different hand position option. My daily commuter bike has these, and I enjoy changing up my hand position on them. Foam grips are still around too, and they do a decent job of soaking up vibrations, although they're not as durable. A solid choice for the foam grips are the ESI grips. Now let's talk about handlebars and stems. An upright handlebar with a little sweep back helps maintain a relaxed, natural position. Adjustable stems that come with many e-bikes are good, but to provide flexibility for lots of folks, they can actually pull the rider forward off the seat. As you look at how I adjust the stem forward, I'm actually leaning forward. In these cases, I swap out to a short stem, which is a great starting point. I use the Wake 45 millimeter stem for a shorter reach. It's affordable and effective. If you still want a more upright position, look into riser handlebars like the Bucklow's 50 millimeter or the 90 millimeter rise. For handlebars with a big sweep, try the U-Pan bike bars if you need that extra pullback. I put the U-Pan bike handlebars on my wife's bike and she likes it. Handlebars with a big mustache sweep are great for folks with narrow shoulders. Again, I'll link to a lot of this stuff down below. Many cruiser e-bikes come with a decent saddle, so I really suggest working on the stem and the handlebars to get your body in the right position. Let's talk about what I think is the biggest game changer in comfort for cruiser style bikes, and that's a suspension seat post. For the absolute best value, look at the SR Sun Tour NCX. I really suggest that you skip those pogo stick style seat posts and get a seat post that can completely change your ride. My wife swears by the difference it made for her bike. It's affordable and it provides excellent shock absorbing capability. It's almost like having a full suspension bike. Whenever I let someone try out mine at the shop, I get a big, wow, this is nice reaction every time. Fitting the Sun Tour NCX might require a shim, and be aware it will raise the minimum height of your seat as well. So let's jump into saddles and seats. Saddle height and fit is crucial. I recommend aiming for a slight 10 to 15 degree bend in your knee at the lowest pedal point to reduce strain on your knee and boost efficiency. For longer rides, padded riding shorts can really be a lifesaver. They add cushion exactly where you need it. Remember as well, saddles can be adjusted. It's easy to move them forward and back, and tilting the nose is really simple. Since saddle selection is a trial and error activity, I like focusing on body position first before testing saddles. When you feel like you've got your body position dialed in, start trying different saddles. When sitting upright, a wider seat is better. Some recommendations that I've tried and reviewed: the Rock Brothers Comfort Seat, the Cell Royale, and Cloud9s are brands that really stick out and I've heard good stuff about. Tires are another key factor, so if you get to the point of changing tires, I like to target a 1.9 to 2.4 inch tire. It's a good balance for stability and a bit of cushion. Lowering the pressure slightly absorbs the road shocks, though it does require a little bit more effort. But you're on an e-bike, so effort isn't a big deal. If you're hitting limestone pathways or rougher surfaces, a little bit of tread will improve your traction. My own DIY bike uses a Schwinn Cruiser tire. They're affordable and great for mixed surfaces. And because I ride that bike so much, I go through tires quickly, and you can get them for around $15. For cruiser bikes with 27.5 inch tires, I really recommend the Highline 27.5 inch tire. With a nice balanced tread, it'll be good on that limestone pathway, on a dirt road, or even on the pavement. Next, don't overlook the pedals. A wide, non-slip pedal gives your feet a stable base, and I always recommend pedals with pins for added grip. Add a pair of stiff-soled shoes and you'll notice a real improvement. My favorite, which is really affordable, is the Rock Bros MTB wide pedal, a budget-friendly pedal that I've bought a couple times now. Let's talk a little bit about suspension. Suspension forks are fantastic. Air forks are lighter and can be adjusted to your weight, while spring forks are budget-friendly. However, they can be tricky to add later, so I suggest looking for a bike with suspension if you're buying new. Finally, it's a tough one to change, but let's talk about the geometry and size of the frame. Many cruiser e-bikes have a larger frame, which can make the bike feel big for some riders. Make sure you're not overstretching and test different bikes if you can. Trying different setups is key, since the geometry and frame size can sometimes limit how much you can customize. If you're finding it hard to adjust, maybe take a roll over to a bike shop and ask a mechanic to check your riding position, and they might be able to suggest some improvements. So there you have it, a few straightforward ways to make your e-bike more comfortable, from grips to pedals. To get the right fit, small changes can make a big difference. Be sure to subscribe for more tips and check out the links to all the products I mentioned in the description. Happy riding!